Welcome back, YouTube. Yes, sir. It's a great day to be different. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to show you guys how to be different. We have a high taper with a sponge top afro. You guys see what he looked like coming in. Yes, sir. So first things first, we're going to pick everything. We want to pull the hair out to its full potential length. This allows me to make sure that it is even all over, especially when I move on to the next step here in a second with the shears. Pulling everything out. Yes, sir. And then here we go. We're gonna make sure it's nice and even. We're gonna use them shears. We're gonna clean everything up. Going over everything. You can freehand this if you want. For those people that don't have the shears, same thing. Real nice and even. As you can see, it's starting to round off. Starting to create some nice little shape to it. And cleaning any inconsistent hairs off the top. Making sure everything's nice and uniform before we move on to the next step. So the next step, as you can see right here, we're gonna sponge the entire top. Yes, sir. What seems to work for me the best during the sponge top is making sure I'm rotating clockwise, or not necessarily clockwise, but whichever rotation I start first, continuing that same exact rotation all the way around the head. I know sometimes I tend to want to rotate differently depending on which hand I have the sponge in, but I continue to remind myself, continue to sponge in the exact same rotation the entire time. Creates a much nicer even look, and curls everything exactly how you want it. So all right, so now we're gonna move into the first step of the fading process. We're gonna set in that bald line just like that. As you can see right there, I normally start at the bottom of the vertical bar, especially on high fades, high taper fades. I'm gonna clean that up real nice. Then the next step, no guard, all the way open. We're gonna set that second guideline in, making sure it's nice and even. And we're gonna go up about an inch. Once that's set in, we're gonna go one guard, second notch, as you can see right there. We're gonna go up about another inch. Using your brush to get rid of any wild hairs, any loose hairs. And then as you saw right there, we're gonna go all the way open, and we are gonna start the detail process, okay? So now we are feathering. As you can see down there at the bottom right, represented by the feather, we are using our feather technique. And what that means is just using nothing but your corners. We are attacking nothing but the dark spots. As you can see how over exaggerated I have the clipper, we are literally using nothing but the corner of the clipper. Nothing but the corner of the blade. As you can see right there, attacking the dark spots slowly but surely. They are lightening up. Then we're gonna move on to the next step. Half guard, second notch, as you see right there. We usually start closed, work our way middle, and then the higher you go up, the more you want to open your lever. Still continuing with the feather technique, we are attacking nothing but the dark spots. Yes, sir. That fade's coming together. We're notching out the dark spots. Hit, brush, hit, brush, hit, brush. Very important. Yes, sir. So now we're moving on to the no guard. Start closed. Work your way through the middle. And then eventually all the way open. The higher you go up, the more you want to open your lever. As you can see right there, me flicking that lever, boom, lever again, and we are working our way up. Slowly but surely, still continuing with the feather technique, attacking the dark spots, and we are making this as simple as possible. Over-exaggerate the tilt, over-exaggerate your clipper, using nothing but your corner, and we are going to fade and detail the mess out of this fade. As you can see, the fade is basically already in there. We're just detailing even more. There's no such thing as a perfect fade, but we are going to try to get it as close to as pretty as possible, especially on camera, especially on videos. Makes a world of a difference. Having that brush in your hand makes it a lot easier, because every time you hit that hair with the corner of the blade, it pushes the hair. So we want to continue to make sure that the hair stays laid down. That way it'll continue to feed into the blade, and you can see your fade a lot better by continuing to brush the hair, comb the hair, whatever you have to do right behind hitting the dark spots, as you can see right there. Yes, sir. So you guys seen that side? It's the exact same steps on this side. I'm gonna let you guys have it. This side is sped up, but it's the same exact steps. We will be back for the edge up. All right, well, we are back for the edge up. As you can see, we're gonna start right in the middle, and we are gonna walk it to the left side first. Doesn't matter which side you walk first. Me, I'm standing on the left side of my client based off the way my station is set up. So that is the side I usually start at. We're gonna attack that vertical bar. Dust off any hair with the brush. Make sure it's nice and clean. Follow up with the pencil for some contour. And then we are gonna match the right side with the left. Start back in the middle, walk it to the right side, make sure it's nice and even. Attack the vertical bar, clean it up. And we're gonna throw some pencil on it for some contour. Yes, sir. Now we are moving on to the enhancement stage. We're gonna start with the wet. This is gonna lay a foundation down for the dry fibers to stick to. As you can see right there, we're gonna follow up with the dry fibers. The wet fibers gives it a nice little layout for exactly how I want to apply the enhancements. And again, gives the dry fibers something to stick to. So the dry fibers allows me to get rid of that shiny look. It gives it a much more natural look. It doesn't look glossy and shiny, especially on videos and especially on pictures. As you can see right here. Wet, and then follow up with the dry. Clean it up. Any overspray. Make sure it's nice and even. Follow behind with a Q-tip. We're gonna mop anything off of the forehead that we do not like, especially while it is still wet. Especially while it is still wet. It's the best time to clean up. Yes, sir. So then we're gonna hit them with some hot sauce. This is gonna allow me to push that pencil over, just like that. Gives it that razor blade effect, and allows me to clean up any overspray of the wet or dry fibers. As you can see right there, just a few touch-ups makes it pop just a little bit more. Same thing on the other side. We're gonna hit it with some hot sauce, push that pencil over, give it that razor blade effect without having to use a razor blade, especially on kids. This is important for those barbers that are afraid of the razor blade or just not comfortable, or that want to give that razor blade look but just does not want to use a razor blade, especially newer barbers. Anything we don't like, we're gonna clean up. We're gonna mop up with a Q-tip. That cleanup stage is very important. You always want to make sure your canvas is nice and clean, especially for videos, especially for photos. But here goes the back. I'm gonna let you guys have it. It's sped up, and we will be back at the end of the video, man. All right, well, you guys know how important the final details are. Yes, sir. We're gonna clean them up with these shears. Any wild, loose hairs gotta go. We're gonna clean that up. Then we're gonna give him the mirror. The boy gonna look at himself, gonna touch himself. He gonna smile, pause. Oh, pause. But you guys remember what he came in looking like. You guys remember. But that young man, yes sir, that young man, he came to be absolutely different. Sheesh. Yes, sir. That's clean. But that's the end of the video, man. Appreciate you guys for staying tuned. Like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever you guys got to do to keep me on your timeline, man. Kriispy, man. We out. Peace.